What's going on, fam? This is Thanh back with another video review for a product for the fourth generation Toyota Highlander. Today I'll be doing an unboxing and a review for this product from Desert Does It. It's for a set of seat jackers. If you're not familiar with what seat jackers are, this was popularized by the Toyota Tacoma owners, especially those who are tall, who experienced either leg fatigue, leg soreness because of the seat configuration. Well, this one is for the fourth generation Highlander, and essentially what it does is it can give up to about an inch of extra support by lifting the front end of the seat up like this, so that way your butt can be more seated backwards into the seat itself. They make this where you can install it on the driver's side and passenger side, and just wanted to go through my experience for you. I'm short, I'm 5'7", and you might be wondering why this might be a product that would benefit somebody on a shorter end, and I will tell you. Last year, a couple years ago actually, I went on a family road trip where I took my family down to Disneyland, and I drove the entire distance from Seattle all the way down to California. And let me tell you, by the end of that trip, my right leg was sore at the ankle, where a lot of the pressure was laid on my ankle because I didn't have enough support that hugged underneath the little crevice within my kneecap. So I'll show you when I take another angle of the seat to show you exactly the area where the support that I was lacking. But I'm hoping that this product will give me that extra cushion, so that way my leg can be more supported right where my thigh is, so that way it takes off less pressure off of my gas pedal leg, and that could help me not have this sore leg like I did. I'm going to test this out because in the next weekend I'll be driving down to Lincoln City to Beach House to hang out with some friends. So that's going to be an easy 3-hour drive, and we'll see if it helps me in that regard. But here's the product. Desert Does It. See what you get inside. This here looks like you have bolts. Yep, you got the bolts here. You have a little card kind of sharing with you some additional information about the company. And on the back here, looks like you have the directions, the installation instructions, the tools that you need. See, 17mm socket and ratchet, a T50 Torx bit, which I got, and torque wrench, blue Loctite, and the contents of the packaging here, and the instructions. Instructions here, if you look at step 3, there's step 3 instructions depending on how much you want to lift the seat. You can lift it by 3/8 inch, just using one of the seat jacker shims, or you can raise it up 3/4 of an inch if you use 2 of the seat jacker shims, or just use the maximum, which is 1 1/8 inch maximum if you use all 3 seat jacker shims. I'll show you in a second here. So you got that. What else you got in here? Okay, give you a lemon head. Interesting. And take this out. This is what those shims look like. One thing I did notice when you take a look on the side right here, you'll see here, actually it'll be a better visual representation this way, that if this was level, there's a little bit of an angle right here, right? So that way when you angle the front of the seat up, it's not going to be a perfect 90-degree. So that's hopefully that's what they were anticipating for, so that you can give that flush mount on the actual seat bracket in the car itself. But for me, I'm going to install all 3 of them. So all 3 shims to give it that maximum 1/8 inch increase in the front, and we'll see how that feels. So here's what the shims and the bolts look like out of the bag. As I mentioned, I'll be installing all 3 of these shims, and you can see what they look like. Here's the bottom shim. The middle shim has these 2 grooves here so they can align right in here, and then this top one has 1 shim in the middle that slots in right over here so they don't move around. Now they do give you 40 millimeter hex head bolts, and then also 60 millimeters. If you're only going to install 2, then you'll use the 40 millimeters. But if you're going to install all 3 shims like I am, then you'll be installing the 60 millimeter bolt that would just simply go into one of these holes here, as long as it aligns into the frame in the vehicle. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so you'll see the 2 Torx bolts in the back right here, one on that side and one on that side. And to get access to them, all you got to do is just move your front seat forward and just loosen them up, so that way there's some play here when you end up having to lift the front seat up that way. Oh, that was in there really good. Don't have to remove it at all. There we go. All right, let's do this side right here. So I got the 2 bolts on the back side of the seat loosened. You can see it right here. My advice is remove it with a torque wrench or something that is longer. That way you don't risk stripping out the bolts right there. So it makes it easier. Let's go and look at the front. All right, once you loosen up the 2 back bolts, you can go ahead and remove the 2 front T50 bolts right here. So move your seat forward so you can get access to this bolt and that bolt right there. So let's remove those next. Tight. Once you break them loose, then they come right out. All right, just to show you a comparison, this is the OEM bolt that I just took out, and this is the aftermarket bolt that I'll be putting in once I put in the shims here. Once you get the OEM bolts out, this is what it should look like from the top with removed. And then you can see how this, you can easily lift up the front of the seat like that, and that's where the shims are going to sit. Looking at the shims in the front, you'll have this hole here, and I believe that's if you wanted to buy some additional accessories, you can actually mount a mounting bracket to mount additional stuff as a storage area. Like there's a metal plate you can actually purchase and put in the front if you wanted to put like a fire extinguisher or maybe a gun holster there if you're armed, and just have additional storage spaces right over there. One thing's for sure, I think once I install this, it's going to leave a lot more space underneath the front seat for any additional storage that I may want to throw in there. But yeah, so far, from what I can see, once this shimmies in, out of the two holes on the top, I noticed here that this hole is where this is going to be seated in. So this will slot into that one hole, and then it'll just leave you with this extra hole to put in your bolt and then screw that down. So let's go ahead, slap this in. One hand. There we go. And it'll look like that. Everything should be aligned. And secure it down. That's what it looked like on the front side. So let's go ahead and bolt these in. And I think the directions say to bolt these down to 30 foot-pounds of torque. Let's do that on both sides, and I'll jump in the seat and see how it feels. Hear that click. There you go. So the seat jackers are installed, and this is what they look like. Torque down to 30 foot-pounds of torque. And I have memory seats. So I'll go ahead and situate my seats back to its prior settings, and we'll see how high it lifted this front area of the seat, and if it gives me additional support. I have a feeling that it would. Make sure to torque the rear bolts back down as well. All right, let's go ahead and reset my seats back to its original settings prior to installing the seat jackers. I'm going to hit this magic button here. All right, let's hop on in. So my seats have memory. So when I took a test shot initially, it was based on the L1 settings I have right here, memory in my car. So all I got to do, oh dang, I can feel it's higher. Wow, okay. So all I got to do is turn the car on. Right, and right now the settings are messed up because I had to move the seat forward and backwards. So I'll hit memory seat 1, and it'll go to my restored position. And I gotta admit, I'm already feeling like I sit higher. You can see right here, it's now covering right into this crack right here, which is what I want to be able to have this supported. So especially if you look at my driving leg right here, when I sit, it's more situated higher up, and that means less resting on the heel when I'm stepping on the gas. So I think this might work, but it's too soon to tell, right? So what I can tell you right now is when I'm looking to the rear view mirror, I'm already sitting up higher where I got to adjust my mirror, and it feels like I grew an extra inch, honestly. I'm really liking it so far. So again, the idea is to give you more front cushion support without having to sacrifice head space. Let's go ahead And we're going to fast forward this video with the beauty of technology and YouTube magic. And the next time you see me is when I am at Lincoln City at the Airbnb, and I'll report back and let you know how my legs feel and how my lower back feels. See you soon. A few moments later. Surprise! We're back from the beach house trip, and it was a blast. And just wanted to give you my final thoughts on these seat jackers. Driving this 3 hours straight down to Lincoln City, and then 3 hours back. My ankles, were not sore right here where it normally would, and I had plenty of support from the front side of the seats here, right under here, to keep my legs up. And the whole time I felt my butt just being pushed backwards into the seat right here, which is a nice feeling to have. So all those reviews of people that spoke highly of this product, I can see why, and I would actually recommend it. Again, I'm 5'7", and it's benefiting me from having that sore leg on these long drives, especially if you're stepping on the gas pedal, if you're not using cruise control, but just laying your leg down and just having it situated to the side of this plastic piece right here. It's for some of the other people I know that are like 6 foot and taller, then this would definitely benefit you as well, because your legs will be more extended out, and then you have more of this air gap right here, where the extra inch could be all the difference to give you more support right here. Anywho, I give it 2 thumbs up. I've used all 3 shims to maximize the increase, and even for a short dude like me, I think that's perfect. One thing I will say is, when I hit the memory seats, it actually lifted me up a little bit higher than I wanted to normally. So all I had to do is just lower this down a little bit and then get it to my specific comfort level. Anywho, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I got some more cool videos coming up for you as well. Take care, everyone. Peace.